of Olson. A Holland man escaped injury but is now facing a charge of an OWI last night in an example of preventing a gunman entering the DuBois County Community Corrections Facility with such easy access was one of the concerns discussed with the DuBois County Common Council at the County Chief Probation Officer Jennifer Lampert. Lampert provided an example of her department having to deal with clients that have access to different entrances into facilities and says that there has been a gunman during some of those instances and things obviously would have turned out a lot differently. Lampert adds that while the purpose of their department is to help their clients to stay out of jail through probation guidance, Lampert would like to see more protective safety measures taken. Lampert shared concerns for her staff and requested a $6,000 appropriation for more security with a probationary window and door access control implementation. The council approved Jennifer's request. Meanwhile, Sheriff Donnie Lampert also addressed the council by saying that the department continues to focus on helping people avoid incarceration. At the same time, for those individuals who continue to commit crimes, Lampert says that these actions have increased the population of inmates in the DuBois County Community Corrections Center. Sheriff Lampert says that ever since March of this year, the inmate count has consistently remained in the 80s. Based upon the increase of people going to jail, the sheriff asked the board if there was any funds that could be specifically placed for these types of issues. As he presented data of men and women inside the jail, he also gave examples of possibly adding cell blocks if funds were available to be utilized. Lampert noted that he was told by the state that once a facility like the DuBois County Security Center hits 80% of their capacity, they need to consider expanding their jail space. The council agreed that for the moment they would wait till the state mandates the expansion of the facility currently in use. Officials of the city of Huntingburg say a portion of Chestnut Street will be closed between 14th and 17th Streets today for installation of a water main pipe. The public is asked to find an alternative route during construction, and once again, officials with the city of Huntingburg say that Chestnut Street will be closed between 14th and 17th Street for installation of a water main pipe. The public is asked to find alternate routes during construction. And for more information, you can contact the Huntingburg City Council at 812-683-2211. A Huntingburg man was placed under arrest after his involvement in a recent domestic disturbance. Just before 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, Huntingburg police were called to a residence located along the 300 block of North Van Buren Street in reference to a domestic battery in progress. Upon their arrival, police spoke with the alleged victim, who told officers that 37-year-old Hugo Lahl of Huntingburg was inside the residence destroying property. Police said that when they entered the home, Lahl jumped out of the room and began yelling at the officers, who observed blood coming from his mouth and that he kept one hand behind his back always. Lahl was told by police a number of times to show his hands and to get down on the ground. However, they say that he continued his behavior and attempted to run to another room where a female was located. Officers then deployed a taser on him, in which that time he was detained and taken to Memorial Hospital in Jasper for medical clearance. He was then transported to the DuBois County Security Center, where he was then charged with battery, disorderly conduct, and resisting law enforcement. A Huntingburg man currently taking part in the DuBois County Community Corrections Program was taken into custody after authorities say that he was suspected of driving under the influence in Jasper on Sunday afternoon. Jasper police say that just before 2:30 p.m. Sunday, they and the DuBois County Sheriff's Department learned of a suspected intoxicated driver whose northbound SUV was headed towards Jasper. Officers were unable to make a stop on the vehicle at that time, but it was determined that the owner of the SUV, 25-year-old Andrew Long Jr. of Huntingburg, was on work release. A release from the Jasper Police Department says that personnel at the Corrections Center who were told of Long's possibility of returning to the center. When Long arrived, correction officers observed his behavior as being abnormal and say that he showed visible signs of impairment. Jasper officers arrived at the center and then spoke with Long. They say that he had taken 8 sleeping aids prior to driving, and field sobriety tests showed Long was apparently impaired. A blood draw at Memorial Hospital in Jasper determined that Long's blood contained a Schedule 4 controlled substance, and Long was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center on a misdemeanor count of operating while intoxicated, as well as violating the terms of his work release agreement. The American Legion Post 147 of Jasper is once again holding their annual post picnic on Saturday, July the 16th at the Jasper Outdoor Recreation Facility. Festivities will begin at 12 noon with dinner planned for 5 o'clock, and members are asked to please send or drop off their RSVP to the Jasper Post no later than this Saturday, July the 2nd, so that the amount of food and drinks can be accommodated. Members are also asked to please bring a covered dish of some type along with them. A beanbag tourney will take place beginning at 1 p.m. with registration set for 12:30, and awards will be presented to the top team. For more information, you can contact Pat at 812-482-3862 or email at alegion147@mw.twcbc.com. Keep it right here, except next we'll take a look at your weather summary.